Hey everybody, Jedi Jack Luther here, and it's time for What's in the Box. Another episode. Holidays right around the corner. Christmas is almost here. It's Wednesday, December 16th, and if you're doing your math, there's only a few more days. Well, actually tomorrow, but the official date is the 18th of the new Star Wars movie. I am so excited. I'm ready for it. I know you all know that we have bathroom stuff. We got the bathroom fixed up. I've gotten a lot of comments about that. Everyone loves the bathroom. Of course, I have my Armada here, which will be shown on after Christmas once I have a feeling we're going to get a few extra things for Star Wars. So we got a box in today, and I'm going to be honest with you. I think, in my opinion, this is the biggest box I have ever had on What's in the Box. I mean, this one's breaking the record. If you don't believe me, I'm sitting down and pick this thing up. It is this big. Look at the size of this monster. And of course, on What's in the Box, it's not always about the box, but it's what's in the box. So we got our trusty box cutter here. Let me slide it. Wow. Wow, this thing is armored pretty good. There we go. There we go. All right, so you're probably thinking that is a huge box. There's got to be something really small in it, like a gag gift. Nope. Box is huge for a reason. So we're going to go back to about the mid-90s, about 1994, 1995. Kenner had relaunched Star Wars. The prequels were on the horizon, and Kenner wanted to, in their last gasp of getting stuff out there before Hasbro got a hold of them, they remade the Star Wars figures, and for the most part they were pretty good. I'll grab Bosk here. They were more detailed, they were more painted, better sculpting. They had waist articulation that the old ones didn't have. I mean, they were just much better looking figures. Of course, when they first came out, Luke was built like, Arnold Schwarzenegger. A lot of complaints about that. When he's a farm boy, he shouldn't be that well built. But they, Kenner heard and they refixed all the figures. But when it came time to do vehicles and stuff, well, Kenner went a little old school. They just saved all the molds from the old vehicles and recast them and painted them up a bit. For instance, Slave 1 here is from the Shadows of the Empire line back in the mid-90s. And all this is a recasting of the original Slave 1 vehicle from back in the 80s for Empire Strikes Back. And all they did is they added some more paint to it, because the original Slave 1 was more of a monotone color. And this one has some paint that's been added to it. Some greens and some reds. Makes it look really nice. So going with that scheme, they decided that they needed to re-put out the Millennium Falcon. Probably the greatest ship in the Star Wars line. The most famous ship in the Star Wars line. What kid didn't want the Millennium Falcon? Well, this kid always wanted the Millennium Falcon. And they've had it in various stages and development, and it's been different things, and a new Millennium Falcon just got released for the movie, which looks like the movie, comes with figures that are from the movie, and it's kind of nice, but it's not the same thing. And I'm really not a big fan of a Nerf dart shooting out the middle of it. So with a little help from an old friend and some good luck and some force, I'm bringing you for the holiday season what every kid wanted back in the day. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Power of the Force Millennium Falcon from 1995. It's been recast for the set, so it's the original mold. Just add a few things were added into it. Some extra lights and some laser sounds. Now, this one's not in mint condition, let me tell you. It's already open. This belonged to a nice lady who had a kid who wanted wanted it, and he took it out, put it together, played with it a bit. She put it back in the box, hadn't touched it. It's the holidays, you need a little extra money, and someone out there was willing to buy this from her. That someone just happened to be me, who happens to have a TV show to open up boxes. And in this box, here we go. It's a little disheveled, mostly due to the fact that, you know, it was just shoved back in the box. All right. We got that. So it needs a little TLC. It's just been jumbled in a box and stuck who knows where. So it needs to be kind of retooled a bit. There are no stickers on it, and there appears to be no stickers in the box. So they probably did not get a lot of the sticker applications, like the back thruster here has no blue lights on it or anything. The chest table inside doesn't have a chest decal. But to be quite honest, if you go onto eBay, you can find repo stickers very easily, since it's the same mold as the original. You just have to find the right sticker set for it, which is not a problem. I mean, that is mostly an easy solution. Landing gear is still there. Got the loading ramp comes down and it's supposed to lock into place. There is an issue with the remolding of these ships from their original mold. And this was what the line suffered from probably the most. Move this radar dish back up here. Is that the joints don't seem to stick as well. A lot of the issue, Slave 1, for example, has that issue. Put that down there. Slave 1 has that issue with the plastic part that pops off the side here. It doesn't mold in here very well and kind of snap into place. And once again, that's a retooling problem. When you cast a mold so many times, it begins to lose its integrity. And you kind of have to take the good with the bad. And you can buy a vintage Millennium Falcon, just the body, relatively cheap, but then buying all the little pieces and putting it back together is going to really set you back. That's why the Power of the Force line is worth quite a bit, due to the fact that you can get an almost complete Falcon cast like the original, just about all complete in one shot without having to go shopping for parts. But like I said, part of the problem with that is that when they remolded the plastic, it just doesn't work very well. And there are some issues. The landing gear doesn't seem to snap in there very well. There's a seam down here. You can't see it, but you know I can. There's an easily seam here. It pops down, and the plastic has gotten a little more chintzier. Not saying this is in any way bad or anything, but to be quite honest, this isn't for kids to really play with anymore. When this was made, they knew who their target audience was. People that were my age back in 95, somewhere in my 20s. They were harking on people who were in this age range who remembered these toys and remember growing up with them and wanted, you know, I didn't have the Falcon. Oh my gosh, I can go to the store and buy a Millennium Falcon and it's just almost like the original. This one has a few battle action sounds. You can see the sounds like it's taking off, landing and stuff, and the lasers fire, and of course they made these guns at the top here in translucent plastic with little LED lights in them, so they flash and they fire and stuff like that. Most of the original Falcon is here. There is a few things. Well, there's one thing missing that's not here, and it should be in there. It's not complete. Is the hidden floor panel. Once again, finding one on eBay probably is not too much of a problem. Just have to hunt that down. Since this is from the old mold into a new mold, you should be able to find that panel and get it in there. And like I said, the stickers can be reproed. The gun turret works very cool. Cockpit. This one does not open on a hinge on the top. It opens from the side, and there's room for 2 figures in there. But if you try to put in Power of the Force figures, oops, I'll just snap that back on. Get back here. If you try to put in Power of the Force figures, they're just not going to fit in there. Han and Chewie, the cockpit was never remolded or retooled for the regular figures. So if you had vintage figures, they would fit in there because they would be small enough. So this one I got for a pretty good price. It's missing some stickers and the hidden compartment. The one thing that didn't make it into this mold from the original is the little ball, energy ball thing Luke battles with during the New Hope when he's on the ship for the first time. That didn't make it into the cut, so it's not in here, but not because it's not missing. It's just they never put it in there for it, probably for some safety reasons. But all in all, not too bad. I now have a Millennium Falcon. It needs an extra piece that I need to find and some stickers, and that shouldn't take too much to find to make it completely. I'm putting it on the table, and I have some vintage figures coming in. Bespin, Han, Hoth, Leia. I got Chewie and C-3PO, and Lando's coming in. So I'm going to set up a little scene from Empire when they land the Falcon and Lando comes out, "Why you two-timing, double-dealing, slimy dirtbag, blah, blah, blah." And, "How you doing, buddy? Come on in. Pay no attention to those stormtroopers. That's just decorations." So it is December 16th. Christmas is right around the corner. We brought in a Christmas gift that just can't be beat. Millennium Falcon needs a little work, but hey, that's what Wookiees are for, right? I want to wish everyone out there, all my peeps, all my viewers, everyone subscribing, wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope you get everything you want on your list. Santa comes down the chimney. You don't have a chimney, comes through the front door. He'll eat them cookies. He'll leave them presents. It'll be fun for everybody. But everyone have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I will see you in the new year because we will be getting our next Smuggler's Bounty box in January. And you'll see me again then when we open that up and discover that inside a thing of cardboard is stuff. And when we figure that out, then we will know what's in the box. Bye.